Yes, you have a right to represent yourself, but it is a very foolish decision to do so. Going to help your situation or put you in worse circumstance.
What do you mean by that?
I'm saying you don't know what the law is. Your parents have indicated that they don't want you to come back.
But when I get out of jail,
If you get out of jail and you go right back there, they're going to arrest you again. Because
so
you're...
might as well just keep me in jail then.
Do you know what my role is here? Like, what's my job as the judge?
Your job is to punish me.
You're Mr. Bowyer, right?
Yeah.
All right, the record should reflect the defendant's here in the courtroom today. He does not have an attorney with him. Mr. King is here on behalf of the state of Ohio, and this matter is scheduled for a trial to the court. Defendant's charged for this, let's see, we've got one count of theft and one count of criminal trespass. He entered pleas of not guilty back on June the 26th. We are now scheduled for a trial to the court. Mr. Bowyer, is it your intention to have a trial today, or did you wish to change your plea from not guilty to guilty or no contest?
Not guilty for which charge? I said I didn't do the criminal trespass, nor I didn't do the theft.
It's okay. So yeah, and you have every right to stand on your plea of not guilty. The next question is, was it your intention to represent yourself in your trial, or did you want the court to appoint an attorney to represent you?
I mean, I could do it myself. I'll just say.
Okay, that's fine. Before we begin, I'll have you execute a waiver of counsel form, but I do need to advise you, yes, you have a right to represent yourself, but it is a very foolish decision to do so, and the reason for that is because I will be required to treat you just like I'm going to be required to treat the prosecutor, who is a lawyer and who knows the law. I can't give you advice. I can't tell you what to say or what questions to ask, and you may end up being unaware of certain things that could help your situation out, that a lawyer could point out to you. You may end up making statements that make it easier for the state to prove your guilt. So you are taking a risk by representing yourself, but is that what you want to do today?
I mean, so you said I'm gonna start saying stuff that I'm not saying. Is that what you just said? I
don't know what you're going to say, Mr. Bowyer, but the fact of the matter is you won't know whether or not what you say is going to help your situation or put you in worse circumstance.
What do you mean by that?
I'm saying you don't know what the law is, right? I mean, you didn't go to law school. You've never tried a case to the court, have you?
No.
And so you may miss on some things that a lawyer would know about that might help you, but you could also do some things not knowing that they're actually putting you in a worse circumstance. So it's entirely up to you if you want to represent yourself. If you want a lawyer, you're obviously going to qualify, and we give you one for free.
I mean, I was going to be like, so, can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
How is it theft when someone already bought the doorbell and I live there and I take the doorbell off, but I'm really not stealing it?
So this is a good example of you saying things that might end up putting you in a worse circumstance, because you're thinking that you're making statements that would explain or get you out of trouble, where you very well may be making an admission that would allow the court to find that the state has met its burden of proof. But if you want to move forward today on your own, that's fine. They'll have to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. But if you're going to waive your right to an attorney, you have to do that in writing. Now, you're charged with one count of theft. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Carries up to 180 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. You're also charged with one count of criminal trespass. That's a fourth-degree misdemeanor. That's up to 30 days and a $250 fine.
Can you repeat that?
Sure. For theft, it's up to 180 days in jail. That's 6 months. And up to a $1,000 fine. For the trespass, it's up to 30 days in jail, and it's up to a $250 fine. Understand?
Yeah, I kind of understood, but I kind of forgot at the same time.
So if you intend to waive your right to counsel, I'm going to have you sign off on that, and the form that you're going to sign off on, if that's your decision, reads as follows. So, Mr. King, please call your first witness.
John Bowyer.
Sir, please come forward and be sworn. Why am I giving that to you? You may inquire.
Street, that is located within the actual city of Newark, Licking County, state of Ohio.
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
Since 1996.
Do you own that property?
Yes, I do.
Anyone else own the property?
Probably my wife's name's on there as well.
Okay. And do you know a Quindell Bowyer?
I do.
Is he in the courtroom today?
Yes, he is.
Identify him, if you would, for the judge.
I'm sorry. He's a gentleman sitting over there in the green scrubs.
If the record reflect, he has identified the defendant.
It will still reflect.
How do you happen to know him?
He's my son. We've adopted him when he was 3.
And I want to call your attention to June 25th, 2026. Was he living with you?
Yes, he was.
And did you have occasion to contact law enforcement regarding that situation?
Yes, I did.
Very briefly, and I don't really want to get into a lot, but were there some problems that caused you some concern between you, your son, and maybe your wife?
Yes. We've been trying to help him get back on his feet. He's had a lot of issues. We don't ask him to pay rent. We don't ask him to do much around the house, and he doesn't really clean up after himself, but it's just been compounding with menacing. He's under a lot of depression because of what's occurred in his life, but again, he takes that all on us. So at a point that day, I came down, let me back, I apologize. We have a free library out front. My wife, it's her hobby. So she wants me to fix the post. I bought a post cover. I put the post cover in the kitchen by the fridge because I said I'll get to it later today. It's right out in the front yard. Came back down later, the post cover's missing. So I start looking, it's in the kitchen over by the trash can. So I put it back by the fridge where the front door is going to be. Came back down later, it's gone again. This time I took it out of the box when I did find it, and I put it back, and I kind of figured out what was going on then, and I told Quinn, do not touch this again. When I came down later to do dinner, I was going to cut up some fajitas. I started pulling out vegetables and stuff, and then I went over around the pantry and realized, wait a minute, where's that post? Then I started searching the kitchen, the dining room, and he was laying down in the living room on his back on the floor with a blanket on him. I did that about 2 or 3 times, and finally I got so frustrated I walked into the room. I said, where is it? And he goes, huh? I go, where is the post? He goes, I don't know what you're talking about. I go, go get it now. He goes, no. At that point, I got upset, went back in the kitchen. I tossed the knife back in the sink. My wife was taking a nap. I went upstairs to tell her I'm done. I've had it.
Okay, well,
Oh, sorry.
whatever happened, and I don't want to dwell into that. He didn't have a lease to
No.
stay at the premises. He didn't have any ownership in the premises.
No.
Did
we
you
don't.
ask him to leave?
Yes, I did.
Did he leave?
No.
And at that point in time, did you contact the Newark Police Department?
I did.
Were you there when they arrived?
Yes.
Were you there when they advised him to leave?
Yes.
And did he?
They did. He's very compliant. They were trying to talk to him about, he said he was upset he lost his job and his whole life crashed, but that was almost 3 years ago.
Okay. But he did leave.
With
And
their
did he have a
assistance.
bike or a scooter or something like that?
He had an electric scooter. He said he wanted to take it with him, so he left with it.
Okay. And your house there was it equipped with a Ring camera?
Yeah, Blink, but yes. We had cameras all over.
And did the defendant buy that in
No.
any way?
No, he hasn't bought anything for the house unless it's for himself.
Okay. And do you recall approximately when police arrived and told him to leave and he left?
Maybe between 2 or 4 in that range?
Okay. And did he come back after he was told to leave?
Yes, he did.
Did you invite him back?
No.
And when he came back, what, if anything, did you do?
I tried to stay out of it because he doesn't like me, I think, but that's just my speculation, just from experience. So my wife went down and talked to him at the door and told him that, he needs to get out before the cops come by and catch him and all that stuff on the porch. And they've had a lengthy conversation. I probably gave 7 videos to the officer, but there's probably over 40 of them.
Okay, well, at some point in time, were the Newark police contacted again?
Yep.
And did they arrive?
They did. That was after he took the doorbell. So we were kind of just hoping he would wear down and leave after a bit, but then after he took the doorbell, I called the police again.
Okay, and I'm going to show you because him taking that doorbell camera was captured on the camera itself.
Okay. Do I need to?
No, they're going to have to
Oh, okay.
change everything, but was it captured on the camera?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Is your computer monitor on right there?
Oh, yes.
Okay, great.
And I'm probably going to play all of these, even though. And were you home when he came back the second time?
Yes, but I stayed upstairs.
Okay.
I let my wife take care of him because they, have a
Did
better
you hear
relationship.
anything, like the doorbell ring or anything?
I
of that
actually
nature?
took off notifications on my phone because I laid down to take a nap.
Okay.
And my daughter came upstairs and said, Quinn's trying to get in the door. And then that's when we went downstairs, and that's when I started reviewing all the videos.
Okay.
This has been marked for identification purposes.
Plaintiff's Exhibit 1.
Thank you.
Who is that?
That is Quindell Boyer?
And this is the second time when he came back after he was told to leave?
Yes.
Do you keep keys outside, or do you ever see that flower thing or that vase? Do you ever keep keys there?
No, we don't do
Okay.
that.
Do you know why he would have looked in those?
I didn't know, I mean, eventually he started looking around for a tool to take the doorbell off, and he found some scissors that my wife, or cutting shears that my
Okay.
wife left out in the yard.
Whose vehicle is that?
That's my Jeep.
And what did he just pick up?
He picked up the shears I told you my wife left out there while she was gardening. The doorbell has a clasp at the bottom that you can pop with like a tiny screwdriver.
And he left with it?
Yes.
And you didn't give him permission to take that, did you?
No.
Yeah, nothing further.
Now, Mr. Bowyer, you have a right to ask your dad questions if you want. You can give your side of the story later, so this is just for questions. Do you have any questions for your dad?
I mean, no, it was just, I took the doorbell off because I couldn't get back in the house. I lived there.
Well, like I said, you can give your side later after they're finished calling their witnesses, but for now, the part of the trial is whether or not you have questions for your dad. Do you have any questions for him?
No.
No? Okay, Mr. Bowyer, you may step down. Thank you. Your next witness, Mr. King?
Officer Phillips.
Officer, please come forward and be sworn. You may inquire.
The video, you were sitting here when the video was playing, is that a true and accurate copy of what you were provided by Mr. Bauer?
Yes,
Hasn't been changed or anything of that nature?
it has not been.
I want to call your attention again to June 25th, 2026. Did you have occasion to be at that address or property?
I did.
What was the first time that you were at that property?
It was around 2:30 in the afternoon
And what was the purpose of you being there?
to remove the caller's son and advise him of criminal trespass.
Okay. And that son would have been Quindell Bauer?
Yes,
Is he the same individual seated in the courtroom on the other table?
he is.
And did you tell him he was not permitted to come back?
I did.
Did you tell him anything else at that point in time?
That was pretty much it at the time.
Okay. And then did he leave?
He did.
And recall what he left with?
He left on a electric scooter.
Okay, sort of the same one we saw in that last clip.
Yes.
And did you have occasion to respond to that address again?
Yes, it was about 8:45 in the afternoon or
Oh,
evening.
okay. And what was the purpose of you going back there?
We were told that Quindell had returned to the address and stolen a camera.
Okay. And did you receive this video at that time or a little bit later?
It was around that time that we had it emailed to us.
Okay. And did you go looking for the defendant?
I did. I was actually still at the house when I believe I saw him on Eddy Street near Granville. I was able to get into my cruiser and catch up to him on Central Avenue.
On Central Avenue?
Yes.
And did he have anything with him?
He did. He had the camera in his hand.
If I may approach.
You may.
Any what are marked for identification purposes as plaintiff's exhibit number 2. Can you identify what those two photographs show?
This is the camera that he had in his hand when I encountered him on Central Avenue.
Okay, that's the first photograph.
Yes.
What's the second photograph?
The second one is back at the house on. It's just indicating or a picture of where the camera had come from.
You held it up to where the camera was missing.
Yes. This picture is taken by Officer Rubio.
Okay, but do they truly and accurately depict what you had done with that video camera?
Yes.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Bowyer, do you have any questions for the officer? No? Okay. Records reflect the defendant shook his head negative. You may step down, Officer Phillips. Any additional witnesses on behalf of the state?
No additional witnesses at this time.
Okay, so what happened was, hold on, let me think. So I'm just laying there, and then, oh no, hold on. Before that, I start making food or whatever. There's nothing in the house. Like, I'm looking around, like, there's no safety around. I'm like, where's the safety at? Like, where's the smoke alarms or nothing? So I'm like, there's nothing. So I'm looking around, like, where's safety? Then I find a fire extinguisher. I'm like, here's the safety right here. And it was dirty though. So then I cleaned it off, put it back on the wall. Then he come put something right, like a middle. No, it's not metal. Whoever said that is dumb. It's a plastic piece for like a railing, because they bought a railing or something. And there's a plastic piece, and he put it right there, right next to the fire extinguisher. Yeah. And then, I moved it. I was like, bro, I can't get quick access if a fire break out.
Mr. Vallier, let me redirect you here. We heard a little bit about that from your dad. To be honest with you, I'm not even paying attention to any of that stuff. What we need to focus on is whether or not you're saying you weren't asked to leave or that you had a right to be there, correct? And you're saying
I did have a right to be there.
No, you did or did not?
I did.
Okay. And do you want us to say anything about that? About why you believe that you had a right to be there?
Yeah, because on my ID that I went down to the on my driver's license, I had to go down to the what is called B&V, and they said, "What is my address?" and I had to give it to them.
Okay. Now, what do you want to say about the camera? They say you took the camera and you didn't have permission. What do you want to say about that?
The camera. They said it was theft, but it's not theft because he already purchased it off of wherever he purchased it from.
Okay. Was there anything else you'd like to say?
No.
Mr. King, any questions?
No, thank you.
All right. So, Mr. Vallier, I'm going to go ahead and have you retake your place at the table. Okay. Be careful as you step down from the witness platform. The charges themselves are very straightforward. We heard uncontroverted testimony that the defendant was asked to leave, that he did, but then came back, even though he was told not to come back, that he didn't have a proprietary interest in the property and therefore did not have privilege to be there after being told not to come back. So the court finds that the state has met its burden as it relates to the trespass charge. As far as the camera is concerned, I mean, there's not much better ways to get caught red-handed than film yourself doing it. I find that the state has met its burden there too. Mr. Vallier, I did your arraignment. I've obviously sat through this. I've had an opportunity to see you, out in the wild, as it were, on the street. I think you need some help in some ways, but the question is, do you think you do? And if so, are you willing to get it?
Like, what do you mean, do I need help?
You need housing. You need some place to live. You can't go back to the house anymore.
Why not?
Because the folks who own it, your parents, have indicated that they don't want you to come back.
But when I get out of jail,
If you get out of jail and you go right back there, they're going to arrest you again. Because
so you
you're...
might as well just keep me in jail then.
I don't want to keep you in jail. I want you to get help. I want you to get a place to live. I want you to get a job. It seems to me like you could probably use... It would help if you maybe talk to a counselor or a therapist too. And I don't know whether you've done all those things in the past and you don't like them or whatnot, but I'm telling you, doing it on your own hasn't worked out real well, has it? Have you ever...
It did.
Have you ever been in jail before this time?
Yes.
You have been?
Yeah.
Did you ever go to detention down in Lancaster?
No.
For juvie court? No?
Juvie
Yeah.
and juvenile.
Yeah. Did you go to juvie DYS? Or just detention?
MC Daisy?
Is there anything you want to say before I decide what your sentence should be?
No.
Anything, Mr. King?
Parents love him, but he is not welcome back. They have struggled. He obviously has some severe mental health help. They can maybe shed some light. I know that he was pink slipped and hospitalized for approximately 10 days. He doesn't really have a psychologist or psychiatrist. He was prescribed medication, but I believe he refused to take it. They're at wit's end. They don't know what to do at this point. Did you have anything that either one of you wanted to say, Mom or Dad? Not you.
No, he does need mental assistance. I went and collected him the day from the facility when they were finished with him. And They said he needs to see a doctor, he needs to be on meds, I don't want to explain anything that he doesn't want to sensitive of. But, you know, I don't even know where the paperwork is when he might throw it away, but there was information on people in Newark that he could go see. We were like, let's do that. CVS had his prescription, he said, I don't want to go get it.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that, and I can appreciate your frustration. Can I take it by State's Exhibit 2 that the camera was recovered?
It was recovered, Your Honor.
Okay, well, it's obvious, I think, to everybody in the room, maybe not everybody in the room, that there needs to be some sort of an evaluation done to figure out exactly what needs the defendant has, what services the defendant is eligible for, and most importantly, what services he's willing to avail himself of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter guilty findings on the 2 counts, as I mentioned, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue the matter for sentencing. I'm going to order that the probation department interview the defendant for possible treatment options. I'm going to continue the bond as previously set. So you're going to stay in the jail for now, Mr. Bowyer. Somebody from probation is going to come down and talk to you. I hope you'll be willing to speak with them and be honest with them about what's going on in your life, because honestly, the court's just trying to help you here. You may think that I'm not, or you may not even care one way or another, but I don't think it's going to do anybody good if I just throw you in jail for another couple weeks or a month and then be done, because we're going to be right back where we were before. So when they come down and talk to you, will you talk to them?
Am I on probation?
Not yet. You may be down the road. Right now, I'm not going to impose your sentence. I want to find out what a good sentence would be based on what you need. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Anything further, Mr. King?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Very well. You may go with the bailiff. I have reviewed the correspondence from the probation department to the prosecutor's office. Mr. Bowyer, you know what we're doing here, right? Like, do you remember how you got charged with theft and trespass for taking the Ring camera and also going back to your parents' house?
Yeah.
Okay, remember how we had that hearing, the trial, and they testified, and I found you guilty?
You didn't tell me I was guilty.
Well, I did. You may not remember it. The reason we're here today is for the purpose of sentencing, meaning I have to make a decision about what the appropriate punishment should be. However, and by the way, Mr. Savage is here on behalf of the state, substituting for Mr. King. When the probation officer went down to talk to you, she felt like it was very possible that you didn't completely understand everything that she was talking to you about, and really couldn't identify any issues that you thought you needed help with, where it be housing or mental health counseling, or I don't know if substance abuse was an issue. But so there was just some concern about whether you could actually understand, you know, what we're doing, what your case is all about. What do you think about all that?
I know what my case is about, but what do you mean by probation officer went to come talk to me? No one came to talk to me.
I'm not sure when she did, and maybe you don't remember, but I doubt very much that she'd just make up an email saying that she came to see you when she really didn't. She did say that you were having some difficulty focusing on talking with her about things. Does that ring a bell?
In real time?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
Okay. Well, so there's a few things that we could do here. One, if you feel that you're comfortable moving forward, I can proceed and impose sentence upon you, and then your case would be over. I would make a decision as to whether or not there was going to be any additional jail time, or whether or not I felt that it was appropriate to let you out, put you on probation, or just let you out and be done with it. But if you are really having a difficult time understanding, then I would probably need to order that you be evaluated by a psychologist. Doesn't look like that's an appealing.
Keep going.
You feel comfortable going forward. Do you know who I am? Not my name, but what I am.
Judge David.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Dan
All right.
Dirk.
What am I now? No, just kidding. Do you know what my role is here? Like, what's my job as the judge?
Your job is to punish me.
Okay. Now, Mr. Savage here, he's the prosecutor. Do you know what the prosecutor's job is in a criminal case?
Yeah, he's out to get me.
Okay. Meaning he's going to try to what? Prove you guilty?
Yeah.
Okay.
When
Now, let's say you had a lawyer, okay? In fact, the young lady sitting behind you is a defense lawyer. Let's say, just for the sake of argument, that she was sitting next to you and this was her case with you. What would her job be as your defense attorney?
I don't really know.
If I were to tell you that her job would be to look out for your interests and your rights And Mr. Savage's job is to try to convince either a judge or a jury that you're guilty of whatever crime is committed. And if I were to tell you that my role as the judge is to make sure that everybody follows the rules, does that sound familiar to you?
Follow the rules? Yeah.
That my job as the judge is to make sure, like if Mr. Savage started bringing up stuff at the trial that he wouldn't be allowed to bring up, it would be my job to make sure that he didn't do that.
Am I gonna see?
What do you mean, are you going to see?
You said he's gonna bring up stuff.
We already did that, remember? We already had our trial. That was when your dad was here and he came up and he testified about you, and we watched the video of you on the porch giggling and riding away with the Ring camera on your bike. You remember all that?
It was an e-scooter.
What's that?
It was an e-scooter.
Who was the e-scooter. Okay, sorry. Either way. But do you remember that day?
Yeah, I remember that day.
Okay. But you don't remember me finding that you, making a finding that you were guilty of the 2 charges?
No, you said you put up a video and it was me looking at the ground. It wasn't the video of me holding my ID up saying I lived there.
Mainly it was you walking around on the porch, and while we were having the trial, I looked over at you a few times and you were giggling to yourself while you were watching it.
Yeah, but you didn't pull up the video where
You mean a different video that you thought was important too?
Yeah, that's the like you pulled up a video of.
Well, see, that's why having a lawyer would have been a good idea, because a lawyer would have been able to identify that and to bring that to the court's attention. Let me ask you a question. What is my role as the judge in this process? What is my job to do here?
To get me.
Okay.
Y'all are out to get me. I'm saying I lived there. I didn't steal anything. And yeah.
Let me ask you
I don't
this,
really care
Mr.
about-
Valier.
Feel-
What's the prosecutor's job in this case?
To get me.
Okay.
To prosecute me. And
How
I'm
about
saying,
if you had a defense lawyer? What is their job?
I don't really know. I'm not into that. I don't really know. Like, all I'm saying is, I lived there. I don't know his role, this girl or defense role. I don't know nothing. All I'm saying is I lived there. Straight up. My ID is a valid ID. You go down to the B&B. They send it back to the house where I live.
Well, and those are all things that we made decisions about the last time we were here. So we're not really here to decide whether or not you're guilty or innocent. At this point, I have concerns about the fundamental fairness of continuing your case without doubling down to make sure that you actually understand what's happening. And that's why I would say that I want to go ahead and have you talk to a psychologist to make sure. Can I ask you a question? Do you understand that you're not allowed to go back to your parents' house now? Even though you used to live there. They've indicated that you no longer have permission to be there. They have the right to say you can't come to the house.
So my ID is still.
It doesn't matter what your ID says. I could have an ID that says I weigh 175 pounds, but that wouldn't be true.
So you're saying my ID is invalid?
It's not that it's not valid. It's just that just because an address is on an identification that belongs to you doesn't mean that you have the right to be at that address. Okay?
But my ID is valid though.
Oh, I mean, as far as I know, I have no reason to believe that it's not. But just because that address is on the ID doesn't mean that you have permission to go there no matter if the people who live there don't want you there or not. So, listen, Mr. Boyer, I know that you want to just have this whole thing be done and you want to move on with your life. But as a judge, one of the jobs that I have is to make sure that everything's fair. And even though I'm having a hard time helping you to understand why I think it's unfair to go forward with your case when you're having some difficulty understanding how this all works, that's the order that I'm going to put on today. So I'm going to continue your bond as previously set. I'm going to order that that a psychologist come and talk to you. Please talk to them, because you may not appreciate it or may not understand it, but me being on the outside looking in, I can tell that you would benefit from being able to get set up with a counselor, with somebody who can help you find your own place to live, with employment. Have you ever had a job?
Yeah.
Where'd you work?
Little Caesars.
Okay. So, you know, when you were working, you were getting money, right? They paid you, correct?
Yeah, they paid me.
And it was nice to have money, wasn't it? And it's nice to have a place to live, right? And food on your table. And basically,
I mean, it was, yeah.
quote unquote normal life. I'm just trying to get you into a position where we can make things as good as possible for you, okay? So I'm going to go ahead on the court's own motion, order that an evaluation be conducted. When they come down to talk to you, please just talk to them. They're not there to get you in trouble or to trick you. They just want to try to help, okay? And they'll probably be down there sometime next week.
Next week.
Yeah. So I'm going to continue on to set. Mr. Savage, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So we're going to try to get you back down to the jail as soon as possible here, Mr. Hoyer, and Nicholsworth, free advice. Try not to be wearing red the next time you come back.
How am I supposed to know they're gonna tell me something? How am I supposed to know? They say, oh, I'm not allowed to do something.
At the jail, you mean?
Yeah,
Which is why you're wearing the red?
yeah, but I can't hear. I don't like. They put the TVs down there for a reason, but then when I go watch it, they say, oh no, you're supposed to be up there. And I'm like, for what?
Well, I can't speak to that because I don't know how the modules work, but I'm sorry that you're in red, and at this time I'm going to have my bailiff go ahead and take you back to the holding cell, okay?
I'm gonna just walk around the front. There you go.
All right, I'll see you next time.